Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for November 29th, 2021. Yes, you can see that I'm home, back from my trip. It was a beautiful adventure through Jedediah National Forest. Again, it's one of my favorite places to kind of wander around. It was perfect because there weren't that many people and it was kind of raining and foggy. It wasn't the best of weather, but it's absolutely the best if you want to be in the giant redwoods alone. So it was beautiful and it was a great drive. It was a very long drive, but we managed to get home last night, only to discover that the bear had torn the door off of our garbage, our bear-proof garbage place, and had been trying to rip into it for a few times, but my husband kept repairing it. But this time the bear tore it completely off the door and also tore down a fence and also knocked over a piece of equipment outside. And so, yeah, welcome to living in nature and with nature. And so now we have to somehow fix the door, but my husband can fix anything, so he'll figure it out. Fortunately, I don't have to figure it out. So we are doing the Numerology and Astrology for November 29th, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 18. And if you add the 1 and the 8 together, you get the number 9. The number 9 is connected with the planet Venus. And Venus was a negotiator, a communicator, and very aware of the subtleties of diplomacy. This energy can be hyper aware, and it can make those nervous, even a bit more restless and anxious today. This is a number that is highly conscious of the needs of others. But in the negative, this number can teach some to be overly self-indulgent, temperamental, and even treacherous, and maybe even spiteful occasionally, if not careful. But the ideal energy is one that promotes beauty, love, and a person that finds constructive expression of the deeper feelings within themselves. It is a number of artists because it indicates that we cannot learn how to artfully express emotional patterns if we have not yet experienced them. We cannot understand another's emotional pain if we are unwilling to have those feelings ourselves. This number indicates that there is a path to create order out of chaos. It reminds us that understanding requires us to look backward, honestly, in order to move forward in a positive direction. It is the reminder that the internal preoccupation with what we want can limit the breadth of our vision. And the astrology today. The moon ends its transit through Virgo as we are asleep, and it shifts into the Libra moon, bringing a more accommodating attitude. It is a day to meet others part of the way. Mars trines to Neptune, showing us that there are many paths that can lead us home. Today can be inspirational and can help us get out of anger. Sometimes we need to let things calm down so that our compassion overshadows our self-righteousness. We need to find a way to have our imagination show more healthy directions. Those living in a world of absolutes are inclined towards more rigid rules and demand certainty in a very uncertain world. Mercury and Chiron will also trine, and that will shift towards a sextile to Saturn. While this is an opening of sorts, it is also about allowing us to have more experiences to gain deeper wisdom. It is all about how we learn to communicate with others and how we are willing or unwilling to understand what is appearing. We want to find meaning, and in an uncertain world, what is arising is not in our current patterns of reality. My quote for today. Maybe I can talk. May we learn to love in a way that aligns. May we see past the behavior and into those grand designs. May tomorrow come and we learn to embrace and grow. May the future show us what we so long to know. And my blog today. Yes, I am finally home, and it's so good to sleep in my own bed and cuddle with my kitty. And while it was an awesome Thanksgiving, the best yet in all of our years, it is still noticeable that we are all aging and that my mother is now 85 years strong. I am so grateful that my mom is still here. It is a great blessing on so many levels. It has allowed the past to be put into the past for some of our family. And that is a good thing. She and I went through many hard times when I was young through my 30s. And so we can talk about pretty much anything and everything without triggers or drama. That is because we lived it together and were forced to learn coping strategies that not everyone else learned. But now things are in a better alignment, and there is more maturity that only living a real life can give. And with that, we can learn forgiveness and compassionate surrender to the fact that none of us are perfect and that we are all here to learn through trial and error. All families have patterns of growth that are learned through dysfunction. And we are all here to learn to work together. The family is the beginning of learning to coexist in life. The family teaches that we cannot always get our way. It shows us that we are not always right. And if we cannot learn to work together in a family, what do we hope to have as the human family? We are in a place where we are learning to step into a much bigger arena and worldview. But if we are not at peace within our own family units and cannot step past judgment and into understanding and acceptance, then we have less hope for a peaceful world. At this moment, because of my family's growth, I see that spark of hope in a world that can find that tenuous thread that can be woven into a world of peaceful coexistence. At least I can dream. Okay, thanks everyone.